everyone. Today I'm going to talk about emotional quotient. I'm sure you've all heard about intelligence quotient. IQ is important for you to attain success in terms of careers and living. Now, what is EQ? Emotional quotient is basically a measure of your own ability to measure someone else's emotion. It's not only your emotion that you need to understand, you should have the intelligence to understand another person's emotions and his capacities and his perceptions, and only your emotional awareness is not enough. To begin with, it's important that you understand your feelings, your emotions. Of course, you need to turn to your true feelings to understand what is going wrong with you and what is right with you. And you think some corrections are needed to your emotions, you've got to do it. And if you can manage that, then you're emotionally stable. Okay, to begin with, self-awareness is important. Then self-regulation. What is self-regulation? It means regulating your emotions, trying to control those negative emotions that arise, especially anger, anxiety, and any negative feelings that turn up can become depression. So we need to regulate that. You need to monitor and regulate a lot of your electronics, your refrigerators, your cars. When you're driving, you've got to, sort of control the speed. You've got to go high somewhere and you've got to go low sometimes. So similarly, you've got to alternate the negative emotions and reframe them. So we say self-regulate your emotions. Now the third is motivation. What do you understand by motivation? Now you've got to have a positive attitude and a cold-cut frame of goals so that you know that you have to drive in a particular manner and you have to keep motivating yourself. Obstacles may be many. Obstacles are bound to happen. They're bound to come. But you've got to keep regulating yourself. You've got to be aware of your feelings. You've got to be very true that you're failing somewhere and you're winning somewhere. So once you know you can manage your emotions, things are not going to be so bad. Next is empathy. Now, empathy is the ability to recognize the other person's feelings and his or her emotions. They are important. If you can have a control over your emotions and have the ability to empathize with the other person and understand the emotions, you are going to be successful in your work as well, and you can send the correct signals. So once you understand the other person's emotions, you can send the correct signals and you can form a good bonding, and things are going to be important. It is important to form a good bonding, some intra and interpersonal relations with yourself and with others. So once you have a good relationship with yourself, your relationship with others will also improve. So it's important to have that empathy factor in your personality. You can develop it. You can start working on it. Now, last but not the least is social skills. What do you understand by social skills? Sometimes we cannot be outrageously rude and open and candid. So we need to be a little diplomatic, but you don't have to fake yourself. But yes, you need to understand you cannot hurt anyone. So you need to be careful when you speak. So that interpersonal relationship building is very important. So you need to develop those social skills. So even in work areas, it will help you to form a team. You learn how to work in a team, and you can improve. The capability building can be developed. So once that bonding is there, understanding is there, you will have a better response from people. And if you want to get some work done, it's going to be easier. If you start making enemies in your life, if you start sending wrong signals and you are insensitive to other people's emotions, what is going to happen? In turn, things are going to go bad for you as well. Things are going to turn out negative, and you may not have too many friends. People are not going to help you. And remember one thing, you never know who's going to be helpful at what point of time in life. So you've got to control your reactions, understand other people as well as yourself. So improve your self-worth and place yourself on a high pedestal and say, well, this is it. Now I am going to behave in a certain manner. I'm going to control and regulate my life. I'm not getting into any anxiety or depression. I will manage my feelings. The moment you feel things are not working, you start feeling negative, just regulate yourself and breathe deeply. Take a long walk. Go and look at nature. Feel the freshness. Listen to some good music. Do something which you enjoy doing and control your emotions. Once you do that, you can actually practice developing all these skills and you can increase your emotional quotient. It's not something you're born with. IQ and EQ can be changed, can be regulated. In my next video, I will tell you how to improve upon your emotional quotients. You know, emotional quotients are equally important to conduct your life, to have good relationships, to have a great bonding, to reach to a level where maybe you are actually your IQ is low, but if your EQ is strong, you will still be very successful, because sometimes EQ balances everything. If your behaviors are good, if your connection with other people is good, you can understand others and bring out their emotions and handle that positively along with yours, you are definitely going to be successful. So friends, IQ is important, definitely memory, focus, concentration, all this is important. Intelligence is a very important part of our personalities, but emotional quotients are equally important, and we'll try and develop them even more in my next video. Thank you.